Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Salem. Tonight's question comes to us from Hector Hestia, who asks about Wiccan views on mourning. And as with so many other subjects, it's really impossible to give just one answer because the Wiccan traditions differ widely in their point of view, and the pagan traditions even more so. But I will answer from the Correllian point of view, and from the Correllian point of view, I believe that mourning is a very important thing. I think having a fairly formalized idea of mourning can be a very important thing, although I don't know that I'd say that the majority of Correllians follow a formal mourning period, but I think it's a good idea because it gives you a structured way to move on from the death of your loved one, and also a structured way to begin your new relationship with them as an ancestor. And yes, in some ways you're continuing the old relationship, in some ways it's a new relationship because the circumstances are different. I do believe that when we lose a parent or another family member and sometimes close friends, that they do remain around us as ancestors, that our connection to them, our connection of love with them is always there. And for those of us who work with our ancestors and or our spirit guides, that communication will remain. For those of us who don't, that communication can still remain, though usually in a less obvious way. And I personally think that for people that you're particularly close to, or who have a very strong impact on your life, a year's mourning is probably a good idea. And what do we mean by mourning? Some of the things that I would include under the term mourning is paying particular respect to the spirit of the person, praying for them on a regular basis that they will have a smooth crossing and a good integration into the afterlife, not attempting to have communication with them too much during that period because they're aligning themselves in the afterworld, and when they are ready they will initiate the communication. And I think the other part of it is that by taking that time and realizing that this is a time for grieving and releasing, I think that we give ourselves a very structured way to deal with our grief, which I think can be a good thing. Because even though we believe in the afterlife, and even though we believe strongly in the afterlife, the process of losing a loved one still does have a lot of emotion in it. And I think that we as pagans do relate to death very differently, but I personally think that a formal mourning period is a good idea. And I think that it's something we'll probably see more of in the future. Now, in the Correllian tradition, we're very big on our relationship with the ancestors. Some people more than others, obviously. And part of that period of mourning is to show respect for the ancestor. And to develop, again, that different mindset in communication because it is different. Even though it is the same relationship. Although in our vlogs on ancestors, we've talked about the fact that when you deal with a spirit as an ancestor, you're dealing with the higher self, which can change certain aspects of the relationship, usually for the better. So I hope that this answers part of your question. Another part of why I think a formal mourning period is a good thing is because when a person is observing a formal mourning period, other people know that it's important to be supportive and respectful toward them. And I think that the way we deal with people who are in mourning is just as important as observing mourning ourselves. And I think that in the wider society, people just deny that death exists at all. And I don't know that that really helps. So anyway, these are some of my thoughts on the subject. And until next time, may you blessed be. But wait, don't forget our books. Witch School, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd degree, and also Living the Wiccan Life, and Ritual in Theory and Practice, available at a bookstore near you, or get them direct from us at www.witchschoolstore.com.